Welcome back to our look at the Getting Started activities here in the Spike app. We picked this up at the end of the last video where we've just been exploring motors and sensors. So if we tap to go to the next lesson, you can see that up at the top of my screen it's opened a new tab called Make It Move, and we're going to make a little hopper. It's worth knowing that if I just pop back to my home screen here, that I can also access any of these Getting Started activities by tapping Start from the menu at the top, and you can see there 1, 2 and 3, and we want number 3, Make It Move. And I'm in exactly the same place as I was previously. So what do we get on the right hand side? It says let's have some fun. What do you get when you put a hub, 2 motors and a pile of bricks together? So if I tap on the arrow to advance, there's my answer. I get a hopper, and you can see that there's a button there that says build. So if I tap that, I get a build guide that will walk me through a very, very straightforward build to build a little hopper machine. Not dissimilar to the one that I built just a few videos ago. There we go. As we get towards the end, you can see that it's asking me to connect my motors to ports E and F on my hub, and when I tap done I can go on to the next stage, which will give me a little example program. So let's zoom in on this and see what it's going to do. So when the program starts, I'm going to set my movement motors to E and F, and if I just tap that, you can see that I can change those if I decide I want to connect my motors to different ports. I'm going to set the movement speed to 50% and move forwards for 2 seconds. And my instruction on the right is to give it a go, play this program and watch your hopper move. So of course, when the students have explored this and they've had a little go at making their hopper move, there's lots of things they can change in order to get their hopper to move more effectively, or maybe in a straighter line. They could alter the movement speed here in the program. They could maybe move backwards. That might actually have more of an effect than moving forwards. They can change the duration of movement. They can explore here whether to change it to degrees of rotation, to rotations of the motor. We've also got centimetres and inches there as well, which are both worth exploring, but I think students will soon find that they don't necessarily work when you've got a hopper model, and maybe they're more suited to wheels. But again, worth exploring. If I move on, then we've got a little test set up here, and it says place 4 bricks of 2 different colours about 50 centimetres apart to create a start line and a finish line. Place your hopper at the start line and play the program. So we've got some mathematics introduced here, and we've also got something that students can focus on, which is creating a program that's going to propel their hopper a certain distance. And there's a lot of trial and error, a lot of iterating and a lot of tinkering to do within that activity. You can also see that there's a little exclamation mark in a circle with the word hint by it. And some of our unit plans also have this as we start to work through them. Let's see what this hint says. Okay, so it says to make your hopper cover the distance, you might have to adjust the programming block values. So that might be quite useful to the students if they're working through this on their own. It might also be useful to you or other members of your staff if you're working through these units to get a feel of what Spike Prime can offer in your classroom. Let's just close that. So let's see what's next. And it says congratulations, how much fun was that? There's lots more to come, and it's asking us now to have a look at the units. So that brings us to the end of our exploration of the Getting Started units here in the Spike app.